Cloud computing right now is only accessible to these mega corporation behemoths.
DeepCloud AI, we are building the next generation of decentralized cloud computing.
Like, you know, Google Drive or iCloud, the Apples of the world, or the Amazons or Alibaba. Tomorrow at 10 a.m. New York Eastern Standard Time, I will be conducting a live stream interview with Max Rye, the CEO of DeepCloud AI. CEO of DeepCloud AI, AI-driven cloud edge computing. So over 10 years as CEO in the tech industry. Hey, I'm doing my job. That's why I have my YouTube channel about cryptocurrency, right? So I'm pitching in.
That's right.
I'm one step closer to heaven. Not only is the blockchain technology, cloud computing, AI, and sandboxing, this is crazy, guys. This is like 4 or 5 technologies combined into one. It's white paper projects. So my question to you is, do you have a prototype? What the hell? I think the CEO is lucky to have Greta on board. So
I'm going to tell you, we're way past prototype.
Nice.
We are way past prototype.
These guys already have multiple products on the market. This project, DeepCloud AI, is doing the same thing with cloud computing. That's a top 100 crypto right there, guys. So, and I'm very pleased to announce that they will be launching an IEO on one of the most profitable platforms for IEOs, which is Bitmax. Whether you like it or not, man. All right. So see you guys there, and I might have another giveaway to give away during the interview. All right, guys. Appreciate everybody. Until then, you're on your own.
It's a crypto lifestyle, baby.
That's what we're
lifestyle, baby.
That's what we're talking about.
Your money working for you, or you working for money?
Welcome to the crypto lifestyle, the lifestyle where your money works for you instead of you working for that money. And as you can see, we are in the jewelry store right now because we are shopping for the next gem. But need not look no further, because today I am very proud to present to you all, my fellow crypto lifestylers, a project I have personally been following for about a year now. It goes by the name of DeepCloud AI. We will be joined with Max Rye, the CEO of this gem of a project, which already has its own decentralized ecosystem and live market products. Well, Max, welcome back onto the channel. I believe the last time you were here, it was about, I want to say last year, September of 2018. So I'm super excited to hear all the updates and the developments, and of course, all the information about your upcoming IEO on Bitmax's platform. So again, welcome back on, Max.
Hey, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You are one of the great people in this space I love hanging out with and talking to.
All right, man. I appreciate those kind words, dude. Okay, Max. Well, you know, let's dive into it, right? I know this is not your So this isn't your first rodeo here on the crypto lifestyle, so I'm not going to really ask your background because we already went through that in the last interview. But just refresh everyone's memory, and tell them what exactly is DeepCloud AI.
Sure, absolutely. We are a decentralized cloud fabric. We have our fabric live. People are able to host websites and dApps already with our platform. And we actually have a lot of really major projects that we've been involved in throughout the bear market. A lot of them are enterprise and government partnerships. We're actually rolling out a major partnership with the Mexican government, where we're redoing a lot of the vehicle registration systems. So there's a lot of really great stuff happening. On the tech side of things, so much, and we are also building a bigger team as time goes on.
Awesome, awesome. And I'm glad that you mentioned that about the partnerships with the Mexican government. That's a question I have later on in the interview. So we did touch up on briefly about the live products. So let's first start off with Deep Transfer. I believe even on the last interview you mentioned that. So how's that been going? Is that up and running? And how many users you have currently using it?
It's one of the hottest projects in Latin America. There's a lot of projects that are out there, actually existing products that are in the space that go down from time to time. And one really great thing about Deep Transfer is it's one of the most used products. We have about 180,000 usages on it already.
Wow. Awesome.
Which is pretty huge. And that's just one of a suite of products. So what we decided to do throughout the bear market is we started looking at how we can increase our offerings. So just like you mentioned in one of your previous videos of how Google has their G Suite,
Right.
we have something that we're rolling out called Deep Suite, and it's a host of products like Deep Transfer. We're going to have a VPN software called Deep VPN, Deep Sign, like DocuSign. So we have a lot of these really great products that we're going to be rolling out, and they all are going to be running on top of our cloud fabric. So
Awesome.
we don't only have our cloud, but we also have products that go along with it. This only makes our tokens more valuable as they're being used in the entire ecosystem.
Exactly, and I'm gonna bring up a point here. I think in 2017, like the norm was, okay, well, here's a white paper, come invest into us, and you give them millions of dollars. But today, like this cryptocurrency, this industry we call cryptocurrency is so fast paced. It comes to the point where you have to have a product now in order for people, a legitimate product
Mhm.
like you guys have, right? With deep transfer and so on and so forth. So, I mean, you guys actually provide real value and not just, hey, man, invest into us because we got these words on this paper. You know what I mean? And that's true value right there. That's intrinsic value. And to know that how the IEO is going to be launched with already live market products, that's far and in between in this space. It really is. So kudos to you guys, man, on that.
And the vetting process with Bitmax is really strict as well. These guys really take their time. We went back and forth over several weeks. They really are looking for the best projects that are out there. And trust me, it was a very, very deep due diligence process. So we're really happy that we're able to work with one of the best exchanges that are out there.
No, absolutely. And to be honest, it's like I want to invest into a company that has working products, right? I don't want to hear what your ideas are. I don't want to hear what you're thinking of, all this stuff. What have you done for us lately? Or what do you have to show us, right? And you guys got a lot to show, which we
Yeah.
will be revealing to the audience. Okay, so also we're speaking about products. What is up with DeepChain, which is your own blockchain? Are you guys still in development? Is that still ongoing, or what's up with DeepChain?
Sure. The deep chain is still in development, but let me point out and clarify why it's not the number one priority to roll out today. Because throughout the bear market, one thing that we learned very quickly is we got to put together revenue generating projects. We got to put out stuff that's going to make money. So
Right.
we focused on the customers. We actually worked on custom projects with the Mexican government and other enterprises. We looked at putting together uh, Deep Suite. All of these projects that we looked at, these are all something that customers can use right away. And then we decided to work backward. This way, we also have a better understanding of what our chain needs to have and what it doesn't need to have. So that was a big part of how we shifted our focus and decided to look at the customer first and work backwards to be able to build our chain. So all of that feedback goes into refining how the chain needs to be built. And we're in progress, and the engineers are doing their jobs when it comes to the deep chain side.
Awesome. So do you guys actually have a like I know when it comes to developing there's never a specific date, right? So I don't know if you have
Mhm.
a an average date maybe within the next what Q4, Q3 kind of thing, or there's no set date.
Yeah, we're looking at Q4 for the testnet to be released, and in the meantime, we're also going to be rolling out on the Binance chain. Uh, I'm not sure if I've told you that yet.
Yes, I spoke with your project manager Darren, and he did let me know about that. Yeah, so that's awesome. That's actually another
Absolutely.
question. Yeah, well, that's we're gonna touch up on that in more detail as well a bit later on. But just let's take a step back here. So, deep transfer. How could someone access that if they wanted to use that product? Like for me personally, I got this bad boy over here. I do a lot of work with cameras and videoing, and what happens with 4K is the quality just gets degraded, man. So I need pretty much software like deep transfer to transfer my large files. So how would I be able to access that
That
if I
that
wanted to use it?
absolutely, that's exactly what one of the biggest use cases is for in Latin America, where they send massive video files and news channels, broadcasters send massive amounts of data back and forth to their headquarters. So people just go to deeptransfer.net and they're able to transfer files pretty quickly. And within the next month or two, following the IEO, we're also going to integrate the token in there so that people can start using the tokens and buying the services, the premium services within that ecosystem.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, and the website is, sorry, could you repeat that again? So I just want to write that down for future purposes.
Sure. It's deeptransfer.net.
Deeptransfer.net. Okay, cool. Gotcha. So there you go, guys. Deeptransfer.net. You can even go test it out right now for yourself and see if everything's working fine, which it is. It's been running for months and months and months now, right? So, and I noticed that Latin America seems to be on this forefront, man, really and truly, of cryptocurrency and whole blockchain tech. I think we might see this shift in, like, superpowers, to be honest. Like, a few years from now, because we all know how America or how they feel about this. Donald Trump did send out a bunch of tweets about Bitcoin the other day, and he's making noise there. But, this is what I tell people. Imagine if when the internet first came around and America said, hey, look, this technology is not good, we got to monitor it, and you cannot use it now. But then the rest of the world was using the internet like how we're doing it now. How far behind would they be, right? With the internet, America. This is like blockchain tech in a sense, right? They're just trying to restrict everyone.
Yeah, the P2P side has got so many advantages in other parts of the world, and it's amazing. So everything from P2P, computing, lending, fintech products. There's so much happening. It's very similar to many countries like in Africa and Latin America. If the networks are bad, they're just leapfrogging the technology and going straight to cell phones.
Yeah.
And not even bothering to bring lines in.
Exactly.
So in the same respect, I think blockchain is enabling the same type of growth and innovation where they're just leapfrogging a lot of the old technologies and going straight to something a lot better and more secure.
Exactly, I totally agree with that. Since we are broadcasting live, let me see who is up this early in the morning, because I normally go live around 1 p.m. Okay, we got some people here. We got David Morales. What's up, man? Welcome back, Daddy. Super Goldie is here. Sebastian De Jong. We got Chuck Woody. We got a few people here. We got about 7. It should increase as the live streaming goes on. I know it is early, and you guys are used to me coming on live more in the afternoon. But the replay will be uploaded for anyone who couldn't make it for the live stream. So look, DeepCloud AI, you guys, okay, we touched about obviously cloud computing, deep transfer. You have your own blockchain. I mentioned in the intro, you guys pretty much have your own decentralized ecosystem with all these different products. So let's talk about the artificial intelligence side of things, which brings us to MexiCar. You also mentioned earlier that how you have a partnership with the Mexican government. Let's talk about that. How does that work? MexiCar and the AI.
Sure. So we have some really great business development folks in Mexico, and one of the areas where we're working together on is their vehicle registration system and a driver registration system. Currently, it's a fairly corrupt environment where it's hard for people walking into a government building and being able to trust that their information is not going to get sold, it's going to be compromised. There's a host of different trust issues that are in play. So as we all know, blockchain helps quite a bit with immutability and security. So this is a big issue. We're able to work together with these guys and put together a system, an end-to-end solution. This is an entirely deep cloud solution that's built on top of our own fabric, where we can actually solve some of these security issues. The AI side of it is actually for the latency, to reduce the latency, improve the speed of these transactions of the network itself, because we're looking into out of all these different nodes, we're able to pair up the fastest one. So that's where the advantage is.
So MexiCar, I understand obviously it's from Mexico. So that is actually a product? MexiCar is the actual product. Okay, and the partnership is something, and you're partnering with the government. So you just described for us pretty much the product, MexiCar, not really so much the partnership, right?
That's right.
Okay, cool.
That's right.
Okay, that's awesome. So a lot of people, so does this mean that AI could pretty much self-drive the car, or no? Like Knight Rider?
So the AI in our project is not to solve those types of issues. It's really to, first of all, it can solve issues with fraud, anomalies, in case there's any type of stuff going on the network that should be happening. It's able to increase the speed of the network itself throughout the country. Even if you were talking about slow internet in certain neighborhoods, it's able to be very efficient even in those places. And this is something
Awesome.
that government officials can use as well as drivers themselves.
Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff, man. So you guys, I guess you guys had to contact the Mexican government, like, hey, this is what we have. You guys interested? How did that process go?
Well, we have, like I said, we have really great contacts in Mexico. We have a
Okay.
lot of really good business staff folks. A lot of them already been working in government or at enterprises that are very closely linked to them. So a lot word got around that our technology is top notch, and we have some of the best AI engineers in the industry as well that work with us. So they want to be able to trust a company that's that's at the leading edge of what we're doing here.
No, absolutely. I'm just gonna put this on me for a sec. So, guys, for the lifestylers, the fellow crypto lifestylers who are currently watching the live stream, or perhaps you may come across it and watch the replay. Now, look, guys, we're gonna get into the IEO details very soon. Now, you guys know I don't say this too often, but this is a project I am extremely bullish on, not just for gains, but what they have accomplished. Like, we don't see many projects hosting an IEO that says, okay, well, this is what we already have on the market. So they have shown us and proven that they are capable of developing. Okay, that's the one thing you need to understand. Now, number two, Bitmax's IEOs average pretty much a 5xer. Okay, they do kind of tend to finish pretty fast too, which is a good thing. I mean, like, it does sell out fast. But all I can say is this one is going to be profitable. All right, this one's going to be super profitable in my humbled opinion. And then also, they're going to be swapping to BEP2 tokens, which is Binance DEX. So we can expect more of a pop there. And Max, I'm so sorry to talk about price and all that, but at the end of the day, we are investors, right? My audience, we are investors, and this is important information. But I want people to really understand the significance of DeepCloud. This is just not another shit token or another project saying, hey man, come invest into our IEO because we want to do this. I can't stress this enough how important this is to see proof of work, so to speak. Not the algorithm, but proof of your work. You know what I mean? So, yeah, no, that's very important to stress, and I want people to understand that, right? Like, we're talking about the project, but they need to understand what the capability of the project is and the outlook, right? Okay.
And to your point, I'm not here to talk about price. I obviously can't, but we definitely are taking steps and doing the right things when it comes to the token metrics, the
Yes.
lockups,
Yes,
and
yes,
whatever
yes.
is necessary to be able to have a healthy environment for the token value to grow over a period of time. That's definitely the times have definitely changed from the previous years.
Yeah.
It's no longer a vast amounts of entering the circulation supply. So that's a big thing. And the other thing that I would like your viewers to know is we have some really big backing coming in. Some of this is with LD Capital, which is one of the
Correct.
biggest VCs in China.
Yes.
JRR Crypto, Cosmos Capital, and Jubilee Capital. Jubilee is actually a traditional investor. They're not really a crypto fund. So we have some real tech,
Yeah.
real tech folks out there that are coming into our project. That's going to help us leverage all the different folks,
So,
the industry
guys,
that's out there.
yeah, so for those who are watching right now, remember, we're talking about a project, and I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I gotta stress this one last time. Working live products on the market. Not only that, they got partnerships with governments, guys. Governments. Mexican government. This is big stuff, okay? Speaking of partnerships with governments, here's an article on that exactly, and I know you kind of briefly touched up on it. We were talking more about MexiCar, but I'm going to bring up the article. It's just like a screenshot, and you might be familiar with this here, Max. I don't know if you could probably just tell the people exactly how this works and, yeah, that partnership.
Oh, great! Yeah, I believe that's one of several articles that are out there. There's actually quite a few that are rolling out. We've been getting contacted quite a bit from a lot of news outlets lately.
Right.
But yes, that's actually going into detail about some of the things that we're doing. And by the way, this is one of many other things that we're doing. We're also in talks with a petroleum company, one of the biggest in Latin America, to overhaul the logistics system.
Right.
So yeah, but MexiCar is something I'm really, really proud of, and there's a lot more coming.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I couldn't. I probably forgot it. I shouldn't say that I couldn't, but I was going to bring up the partnership with the venture capitalist you just mentioned, but I don't have that
Uh,
article here. But we could. I mean, you could talk about that, right? So tell us about.
Sure,
You said.
but the reason why you can't find this because we haven't. You're the first one to know this.
I say
Uh,
okay, that makes sense.
So
Yeah.
LD Capital actually is live. We just made that announcement. However, the other VC firms, we haven't made that announcement yet, and we will put out an official announcement within the next 24 hours or so.
All right.
However, we have some of the biggest players in the space with JRR, with the Cosmos Capital, Jubilee, and another one called Better Bit is an ex-FPG or an FPG partner. So there's some really big players that are in the space that are really getting behind this project.
Right. So for people who don't really understand, I'm trying to bring that up live. I think I found the Medium article here in your announcement chat. But for people who don't really understand, right? They're like, okay, well, why do you care? Like, you raised money from private investors, which was the vast majority of the public. Now we're running an IEO. Why would you need strategic investors or venture capitalists to invest in you? Why would you want that? Why would you want that funding if you already have, funding from us, right? And this is not me asking. This is just what others may be wondering, right?
So good. It's a good question. It's
Yeah.
not about the money when it comes to these VCs. It's about their networks and their ability to help your project reach new heights. It's their connection that they have to enterprises and businesses where they can help introduce and make the right connections. That's really a big deal in this space. It's a huge deal in Silicon Valley. It's a huge deal in the crypto space as well.
No, absolutely. And here is the, it's a screenshot of the article. Sorry, guys, I couldn't zoom in on it now, but, I would leave all those links in the description box below. No, absolutely. Like, for me personally, it's like, I want to see companies have institutional backing, right? Right. It shows that they're funded. They're funded, and that's that mitigates a lot of risk, right? Financially, especially. And not only that, it legitimizes you guys too, because these guys aren't going to invest into some project they think isn't going to make it, right? Like, come on, they're not going to throw their money at something that they don't believe in, right? And when you got head honchos like that believe in you and invest in you, it says a lot about you, what you have to offer.
And what we're really proud of is not just the massive crypto VCs. We're also proud of backers like Jubilee. Jubilee is a Singapore-based VC. It's a traditional VC, and they back a lot of traditional tech companies and are able to help them scale and enter the market. And it was really important for us to get people like that behind us and partner with them. So then when we take our products to the market, they can help us even more out even the crypto space.
Right, right. No, absolutely. Sorry, Max. Don't mind me. I'm always looking in the live chat, trying to engage with the viewers as we are conducting the live stream. So I'm not on my phone here. I'm not texting someone. If you see me, right? Okay. No. Thanks for that, Max. Okay, so let's get right down to business. Let's talk about the IEO. Congratulations. We did wait for this, and it was well worth the wait, in my opinion. As I said, Bitmax's IEOs are performing extremely well. Okay, so yeah, you're gonna have the token launch on Bitmax's exchange. First, let's start with why did you choose Bitmax?
We actually were in talks with several different major exchanges, and it was really important to have the right synergy. Right off the bat, one of my first meetings with Bitmax, it came right down to this is how we do business. We're very professional, and I just had a really good vibe. The way we do business is in a very professional way, no nonsense. And we don't like to see a lot of the shady stuff go on that I've seen there. And I felt really comfortable the way they handled business. Number one. Number two, I loved how intimate they are as an exchange when it comes to working with projects. As many people know, they don't really hold a lot of IEOs. I believe we're only the third IEO that they're, or public cloud is what they call it, they've ever held.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that, yeah, that means they take their time, they piece it up maybe once every other month, and they look at the best budget they could find. So we
Yes.
felt very blessed that they actually chose us,
Yeah.
and we feel like they have some great backing and a great coach.
Yeah, no, absolutely. How is their relationship? Well, I don't know if you would know this answer, but how is their relationship with Binance? I think they're kind of they're connected in a way, no? Or is that just me talking smack? I don't know.
They're connected. Yeah, they have some great. They have great synergy, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
By the
yeah.
way, Bitmax also supports the DEP2 tokens. They really
Awesome.
do. Yeah, they really do work with Bitmax with Binance on that, and we're looking forward to a lot of great things when it comes to all these exchanges.
Awesome stuff. Yeah, no, Bitmax, as I said, man, I'm not going to complain about that. So for anybody who wants to see the past history of Bitmax's IEOs, you could definitely, you can find that online. You can message me. I got that there for you. Okay, so let's talk about the requirements for someone to invest into Bitmax's IEO. If you have this off the top of your head, minimum, maximum amount required. I guess USA, they can't,
Uh-huh.
they're not allowed, right? US residents?
Unfortunately, that's true. So the basics, it's going to be July 18th, 8 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and I urge people to actually go to bitmax.io to actually sign up because you have to go through the process on Bitmax's website, and then once you're dialed in, you should be able to be ready to go once comes.
Awesome. And we got Nakemka in the live chat right now. I know you know him, right, Max?
Absolutely. He's a great
Nakemka.
guy, great supporter.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you know, I think he saw the first interview we did, and he was like, hey, man, DeepCloud AI, bro, like, how good is it? I'm like, man, to be honest, it's one of my projects I'm looking forward to. Well, I'm acting like if I'm you, it's one of my projects, but it's a project I'm looking forward to. This was in 2018. I said, this is a project I'm really looking forward to in 2019. And yeah, he went full blown. He was impressed too, and he invested, so good for him. And he's been a supporter ever since in the Telegram. Always, he's been actually updating me about everything with DeepCloud because, you know, as this whole YouTuber guy, I got a lot going on, so I'm looking at a bunch of other stuff. So
Well, we're super blessed. We're super blessed. We have some really great people around us. Even throughout the bear market, we had great support. So we're very, very thankful for that.
yeah, no, absolutely. You guys do have a good community. So yeah, back to the IEO information. What currency? I know normally IEOs, I don't know if all of them work like this, but you use the native token of the exchange. How? What currency will people need to purchase into this IEO?
So they can do USDT,
Okay.
which is
Tether.
yeah,
Tether.
which is fairly standard now. But and they can go right onto Bitmax's website, bitmax.io, and they should be able to see all the detailed requirements and all the rules and so forth when it comes to the investment side.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So, guys, if you're interested, definitely go to Bitmax. And again, I would leave the links in the description box for anyone who's interested and wants to find out more information about this gem of a project that's launching on a gem of a platform that does make a nice ROI. I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, like, I don't want to sound like I'm excited for this. That's what it is. I'm just passionate and excited, right? Because I know what's going to happen. So that's why I'm, you know, acting like this, but you guys know me already. This is how I am. Okay, so how about, yeah, what's the price for one deep? I know you guys adjusted that from the last, from the private sale, right,
Yes,
last year.
yes. Oh, that's a good question. We actually, as you know from previously, our hard cap was 15 million last year,
Yeah,
and we reduced it dramatically. Now it's only 3 million, which is a huge cut. But we believe like we have to change with the times, and we're reducing hard caps, something that's mandatory. And by the way, things have changed with exchanges from the previous years as well. So
right,
the cost of doing business was much, much higher. And it's really funny because people think that all the money just goes to these projects and that's it. But the cost of business in the crypto space is actually was much higher previously than it is now. So
right,
we're
right.
able to cut back. and these type of savings are only better for investors themselves. So our tokens went from 5 cents a token to 10 cents a token.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
And on top of that, any extra tokens that we had in the cloud sale, we're locking it up for like 5 years. So it's people can feel comfortable knowing that circulation supply is being released in a responsible way.
Right, yeah, definitely. So pretty much you guys adjusted, so the price was 25 cents and now it's 10 cents, and you guys have given the private investors a bonus to pretty much make up for that, right? So it's the same thing. They're getting the same amount of
Absolutely.
tokens that will equate to 10 cents a token. Okay, perfect. And
Exactly.
yeah, and now also there are not restrictions, but they will be released, I guess, every month or so, depending if you're a private investor.
If you're a private investor, it's a long it's a long vesting period. But this was one of the requirements that we have to deal with in this space if you're going to do an IEO and you want to get a top exchange working with you, because
Right.
they also see this as a joint project. They want to see a healthy token supply into the market.
Yeah, yeah.
So I know a lot of private investors feel like this is a rough deal. This is really harsh.
Yeah.
However, if we don't do that, then you never really get a chance to get onto these big exchanges and get the traction that you want.
How about I say this to all the private investors out there? Imagine if DeepCloud AI just did the ICO in that brutal bear market last year. Would you be happy then? Probably not. So you should probably be
Wow.
grateful for what's happening now. The market's Bitcoin is steady over 10K, right, compared to where it was at 4K. So we wouldn't have seen great results, and now we're going on an exchange that has a great track record of, although it was about 3-4 IEOs, but they all done extremely well. So we gotta be, it's a blessing in disguise, man. So the same thing goes with even the distribution of the tokens, right? It may be like bits and pieces every month, but hey, man, as this token goes up and it goes to Binance, you probably would have dumped at a much lower price than you would have if it wasn't, you didn't have this kind of like, released every month. So I'm all for it, man. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Thing is, a lot of people, you can't please everyone. That's all, man. But hey, me personally, I don't mind it at all. We do have one question here, Max, in the live chat. And it is Nice Hash Login asks, what will DeepCloud run on? So it was an ERC20 token, and now you're swapping. Well, you can answer that. Yeah, you can answer that. Sorry.
Sure. We're transitioning over to the BEP2 tokens in the near future, yeah, that's what we're going to be running on top of. Our native chain was released later in the year. We'll make some more transitions. However, we really are looking forward to working closely with Binance.
Okay, so there you have it. So yeah, so for those who do not know exactly that terminology, BEP2, that's pretty much Binance's DEX, right? That's their chain, their Binance DEX chain. So they will be transitioning after the IEO is commenced. There's no official data yet, maybe a few months or whatever, and they will be swapping to BEP2 tokens. And also Bitmax will be supporting BEP2 tokens for those who are interested in the IEO. But Max, could you just specify here or just say it on the record? So we know private investors, the distribution is going to be a certain percent every month. How does that work for people who actually successfully invest into the IEO? Is that the same thing? Would they be getting?
So
yeah.
the folks, this is something that's being experimented with this project as well. It's been done before with a few other exchanges, but if you're able to get in on the IEO, it's also a vesting period. You get the first month, you get 50%, and the rest of it is vested over the next 3
Okay.
months.
Okay.
This is a way that Bitmax and our team is coming together to put together what we believe is a healthy token supply over a period of time. I believe personally, it's the next iteration. Is my view is the next iteration of doing token sales is when you're having a healthy amount being distributed over a period of time.
Yes, no, thank you. So Nice Hash Login asks, run on Binance chain. That is correct, sir. So right now, currently, Nice Hash, they are ERC20 token, but as Max just mentioned, they will be swapping to BEP2 tokens, which is Binance chain. That's correct. The DEX, right? Hope that answers your question. David Morales, what's up, buddy? You wild guy. He asks, any bonuses on getting in the IEO?
On getting in the IEO, no bonuses. There's no bonuses on the IEO. There's no bonuses even on the pre-sale.
Yeah.
Guys, this is going to be as fair as possible. And I'm going to tell you right now, getting this in at 10 cents is going to be
Yeah. A
that in
scoop.
itself, I think, is going to be great for the people out
That's
there.
your bonus right there. Get in for 10 cents, right? No, but to be honest though, yeah, I mean that's a good price point. And your hard cap is how much again? You said $500,000, is it, or
The hard cap
no?
itself, this is
3 million.
information that you may want to know.
Yeah.
3 million is a hard cap.
Yeah.
However, the initial circulation supply is only $375,000.
Right.
So, yeah, so because you have to think about out of that 3 million hard cap, most of it's all locked up, and can't be touched. So,
right. Yeah, so the hard cap is basically
actually, the first month. Yeah.
No, sorry. Go ahead, Max. My bad.
Sure. So the first month you have 375,000, and then every month after that you have a little bit more coming in. So it's like I said, it's a very healthy token supply.
Yes, for a number of reasons, for dumping, and when you look at it from an investor standpoint, the hard cap, yes, okay, the token's sold, people will be like, oh, well, that's a hard cap, they're sold, they're circulating. No, because they're vesting. They're vesting. So the real hard cap is not 3 million because there's not that many tokens circulating, right? So the hard cap is the market cap. You'll times the price by the circulating supply. And in this case, they're all are not going to be in people's, well, it'll be locked up in a smart contract. So people can't go to exchanges and dump them. So they're not circulating, if that makes sense. All right. Let's see here. What we got? Right on, bro. I am good. Nakemba says, yes, run on Binance Chain. All right, yeah, so that's that there. So let's, again, Binance Chain, no specific dates, right? But I guess, what, a few months maybe, or could you give us a guesstimate?
It'll be fairly soon, I can say that, but definitely not definitely not 3 months.
Okay, so we are winding down here, Max. I got about one more question, and if there's anything else I didn't mention, please do let me know, and you could elaborate and talk about that. But basically, where do you see you guys in the long term, though? Like, I know you've done a lot of work, right, in the past year. We mentioned the development of Binance Chain. We mentioned the finished product in Deep Transfer. Obviously, MexiCar, the partnerships. So what else do you guys got in store, say, probably about 2 years from now? If you accomplish that much in 1 year, I expect double that in 2 years. Nah, I'm saying.
We have some really amazing things to come, actually. And as time goes on, our team is getting much more involved in the AI space and the machine learning space. And we will be making a big announcement in about a month from now as far as our advancements in the type of projects that we're working on.
Right.
So definitely stay tuned. I think it's going to really impress a lot of people that are out there, just how much progress we're making in the space. It's not just about the ecosystem itself, but it's how much we as a team can contribute to the growth of the AI space. That's out there.
Yeah, for sure. You guys are going to be definitely a big player in the AI space, in the cryptocurrency space, so to speak, right? The AI part of the cryptocurrency space.
Yeah, absolutely. And where we see ourselves in a year or 2 years from now, we would definitely be the leaders in this entire I guess you could say blockchain-enabled AI space.
Right. Guys, again, so if you have any questions, do let me know now. We are wrapping this up. And I just want to reiterate what we just went over, especially the Binance part, because remember, Binance DEX or Binance SEX, the centralized exchange, they're not going to accept any and any project. We all know this, right? They only accept projects that has a proven track record or, that has real merit to it. And that's why DeepCloud is transitioning over there. We talk about the governments, the partnerships with governments, like, the live products. There's so much good things from an investor standpoint. Like, if you guys been investing since 2017, tell me what projects have you heard of that offer you this as much as DeepCloud does, right? The legitimacy, where they're going, their partnerships, not only with just the government of Mexico, but also with strategic investors, venture capitalists. This is all big stuff. Any smart investor knows this is a sign that, yeah, this is something that I want to invest in myself, okay? So that's all I gotta say there. And I will check the live chat right now. Okay, I think we're good. So if there's anything I forgot to mention, please, Max, let me know. Now is your chance. If you, the floor is yours pretty much.
Listen, I'm very thankful to be here, to be honest with you, and getting through the bear market, getting to where we are now. And I'm very proud of our team. We've stuck together throughout this time, and we really are so thankful for having the community support and people like you. So we just want to thank you as well. And just everybody's excited, everybody's pumped up for the IEO. But I personally believe the fireworks are going to happen following the IEO and over a period of time when we really start releasing some major updates.
Agree, and you actually gave people, you did them a favor. You know why? Because it's exactly what you just said. The fireworks is going to happen after the IEO. And normally what happens when the IEO is done and everybody has their tokens, they dump. Because they see a 3x or a 4x or maybe even a 2x, right? And in a bear market, well, now, although I think we're out of that, but in a bear market a few months ago, that was like a 2x is like, hey man, that's equivalent to like a 20x in a bear market. So people will dump. But if the fireworks is coming thereafter, especially when you swap the BEP2 tokens, you're doing them a favor because they would have dumped at a much cheaper price. All right, so that's my take on that. And guys, that is all we have for you. So just to reiterate, for those who are interested in the IEO, it is the Bitmax, not Mex, not the futures trading website platform rather, but Bitmax.io. Okay, not to be mistaken with Bitmax leverage trading. You will be using USDT. It's 10 cents a token, no bonuses. It's July 18th as seen on this ticker right here. Okay, July 18th at 8 a.m. All right, guys, DeepCloud AI, you better get yours. So I'm going to say my intro here, and I believe we would wrap things, my conclusion, and we'll wrap things up. All right, well, there you have it, my fellow crypto lifestylers. TCL just brought to you yet another gem, and that's why we're in the jewelry store, because we're always looking and shopping for new gems. Although DeepCloud AI is not new to me anyways. But DeepCloud AI is not a white paper project, but instead, they already have live market products, partnerships with nations and governments, backed by venture capitalists, and last but certainly not least, DeepCloud AI has use cases for real-world applications that ranges from supply chains to smart cities and TV service providers, and the list truly does go on. And I can tell you this much, these types of investments really do come far and in between, so you know what? If you're interested, you can partake in the IEO on Bitmax's exchange this Thursday, July 18th at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, guys, there ain't really much left to say other than, oh, actually, there is one more thing to say. Max, hold on. One more thing to say, Max. What kind of lifestyle you be living, bro?
Crypto lifestyle.
There we go. It's a crypto lifestyle, baby. So now there ain't really much left to see other than until the next video, you're on your own. Later.
It's the crypto lifestyle, don't fake the shit on your channel. Content created came from TCL. You hate hard, but you know I'm gonna wish you well.